So what do you think so far?
I like it.
How do you like staying at the hotel?
I like it. It's nice.
It's kind of lonely, right? The hotel's kind of weird.
Yeah, I think there's nothing like your own bed. You can really get comfortable there. Yeah. But yes, the hotel's very nice. What did you tell me about the hotel?
I don't remember what.
You said it was like...
lonely.
You called it the Twilight.
Oh, the Twilight Zone. Wait, I'll need to show you this hotel. Inside it looks like it looks weird. It looks...
And then I did the special effects. Near, 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 near.
How long did it take you to make it?
It was rather quick, 6 months.
What?
Not my typical way of doing my work. I usually take 3 to 5 years to do a quilt like this, but we have deadlines, so with the help of my mom to help me get it done, we got it done. So
How did you find your design?
it was from some floor layouts from a cathedral in Sicily.
Ooh.
So this is a compilation of several different designs brought together. It kind of has the spirit of the color of the floor, very ochre, and the siennas with the marble background. It's kind of the idea, but we added more color to it just to make it a little bit more unexpected.
What kind of thread did you use?
Most of this is with Glide.
Glide thread? White? Or gray white?
Cream. It's a cream. It shows up a little better. During the process of this, she's critically ill with a brain tumor, so she was losing her eyesight while we were working on it. She's a fabulous precision piecer, but she'd take a part home, her homework, and she'd bring it back and it was like, it's not her best work. It's like, but I didn't change it, I didn't undo it. But we came to find out she's blind in one eye and a cataract in the other eye, so it's got a lot of specialness into it.
Thank you for sharing that. And honestly, it's what a wonderful heirloom of you and her doing it together.
Absolutely. That's the reason I started. I knew I wanted to do this kind of quilt. I thought, I gotta get my mom involved. She's gotta be part of this. So. And honestly, it wouldn't have gotten done if she didn't help me because she's such a taskmaster.
It's beautiful. Tell her she did beautiful work.
Oh, I know she does. Thank you. I will.
We will. I thank you for sharing that, for real. We'd love it. You make me want to cry.
Try not to.
I also want to thank the Houston police downtown. They got me an Uber yesterday. We were gonna walk back to the hotel, which is like 18 minutes away, and they're like, no, you're not walking. And the police officer, what was his name?
I didn't even get his name, but he was super nice.
And he paid for my Uber, and
Well,
I felt so bad.
It wasn't just he paid for your Uber, he stopped traffic. He
let us cross over, stopped fabric, waited for the Uber, gave me the driver's license of the Uber, made sure the Uber did his job right and got there on time. While he was stopping traffic downtown at 8 o'clock at night, he also got me the Uber because I didn't have an Uber app. He paid for my Uber.
Yeah.
Was his name Henry?
I don't remember. I just know he's nice.
So I want to give a shout out to all the police officers that are controlling the traffic downtown at the convention center. And I also want to give a special shout out to that police officer. And there was a female police officer. I promise you, if you contact me, I will give you each a quilt to bless you and thank you and appreciate you for protecting us last night. All right, please look me up. For reals, no joke. But I want to thank the police department. Y'all are great.
My name is Linda Anderson.
Nice to meet you, Linda.
Hi.
Thank you for letting me interview you.
Oh, I love telling stories of people of different cultures and how beautiful and unique they are, yet how much they reinforce our sense of shared identity. We're not so different.
Yeah.
And yet, look at this beauty. How could I not tell that story?
Where are you from?
I'm from San Diego, California.
From San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
How long did it take you to make this beautiful quilt?
Well, I work in my studio 50 to 60 hours a week, and this was 4 months continual work.
Okay, did you paint it?
It's every square inch is painted, but it is not whole cloth. I know people think it looks like it. It's raw edge applique pieces that I cut out, each shape first out of white cloth, paint that particular shape, and once I get all my pieces cut out and painted, then I assemble and stitch. Well, it was based on a photograph a friend took, part of a larger photograph, but it just grabbed my heart and I had to tell the story. I tell stories about people, and I had to tell this story. Because, it's moments that go unnoticed,
Yes.
and I want to notice it and say, hey, this is special. This is what we're all about.
I like that. I like that.
Raw edge, yeah. Check, this was a piece of white cloth that I cut out and painted. This was a piece of cloth I cut out, painted. This was,
My question is, did you long arm it or did you use a domestic sewing machine?
This is a domestic, however, it's an 18-inch arm. But it is a stationary machine and I'm pushing the fabric through. And all my machine does is free motion. It is not computerized. It does not have a stitch regulator. It does nothing but I push it through, period.
Okay.
End of sentence. Yeah. So but it's got an 18-inch throat on a big table, so I can maneuver it. Yeah.
The artwork, the quilting, man.
I think what I like about here is everybody's work is like, not that they strive for perfection, but they do their best.
Yeah.
And it shows. And I think even though I'm not a sewer or a quilter or someone who does this, it inspires you to do the best in your own work, whatever it is.
Honestly, in some of the stories, she's a story looker. She looks for the stories. I look for the art, the artistry, the quilting, the back fabric. Like, I look at that stuff. The story's okay, but when I did several interviews with several women, and they're so beautiful, they start crying because they're sharing part of their heart of why they did the piecing and why they did the work, and it's really like, wow. You can see their eyes welled up in tears. Honestly, quilters, y'all are the best people ever. And your name?
Andrea, Brokenshire,
Andrea, where are you from?
Round Rock, Texas.
What made you decide to do this quilt?
My mom, she's a master gardener, and when I go out to visit her in Oregon, one of the things we do is visit nurseries and other places that flowers grow, and everything grows out there. And I have a love of flowers, but I can't keep one alive to save my life. So I make flower quilts, and so my flower quilts are my garden.
And they stay alive forever?
Yeah, they stay alive forever, and they don't die because, like I said, I kill everything. It's very sad.
What does your mom think about your quilt?
Oh, I don't even think she has words to express how what she feels about them. Of course, she thinks they're beautiful, but I think she's speechless on them, actually. She just doesn't really know what to say. They're just beautiful, and of course I made them, it's just to take what she loves and put it in a different format.
Yeah.
I think that really, it means a lot.
No,
to
and
her.
it's beautiful. My
Thank
question
you.
is, how long did it take you to do it?
Okay, this particular quilt from conception to the end, which is for me putting the label on the back of the quilt,
Yes.
was little over 6 months. But I work on one quilt at a time, and I work about 6 hours a day. My work time is somewhere between 9 and 4 o'clock during the best light periods of time. So
My other question is this painted or is it appliqued or fussy?
this is a hand-painted whole cloth quilt. So if you imagine a painting done on silk instead of canvas, and that painting is then put together as a quilt and then with the sandwiches and then stitched. So the painting is the foundation, and then the thread makes it come alive.
And painting did you use? Painting material?
Okay, it is Pro Chemical and Dyes Profab Textile Paint. So it has a textile medium within the paint, and I use their transparent version versus the opaque version.
Okay. And then what kind of thread did you use to quilt it?
This has a number of different types of thread in it, but I would say 75% of it is Superior Brand's Fantastico. Magnifico. Sorry, Fantastico is the variegated. The Magnifico. It's the solid.
Okay, and another question is, well, how many layers of batting and what kind of batting?
There's 2 layers of batting. There is a cotton batting on the back first, and then there's a wool batting on top. So the wool is next to the silk, and the cotton is next to the back. And so when I steam set my quilts, so when that happens, those 2 fibers tend to meld together and give a really strong bond and a great foundation for the quilt, because I do a lot of stitching on it. It needs a solid foundation within to hold up to all that stitching.
It's beautiful in the back.
Just hardworking people out here. Just people at the convention center and at even the Hyatt, Hyatt Regency and at the hotel. They're just hardworking people, really wanting you to have a great event, having to have a great time. They're really wanting you to enjoy yourself. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been different. This hotel experience was so much different than last year. So we'll have more coming soon.